darkness has descended on the tribal belts of India. Desperate villagers are heading out on witch hunts. Women suspected of witchcraft are being beaten and murdered. Heads are turning up at police stations.
उसका गर्दन ब्लेड से चारों तरफ से काटा, सिर को मोड़ दिया, तो सिर हाथ में आ गया.
Nobody knows when this madness will end or why it ever began. Now a lone woman confronts this terror.
Just gone in to see who she identifies as witches.
She'll pursue the trail of a brutal witch hunt and descend into the world of witchcraft to meet sorcerers casting spells and hexes, and to explore the magic in the name of the witch. It's another day in Jharkhand. This land of ancient hills and forests is part of the tribal belt of India. It's also the setting for a deep, dark mystery. A series of witch hunts that have rocked this region and created headlines in this part of India. Newspapers have reported a rash of cases. Journalists have called this region the witch-killing hub of India. Even the state government has stepped in with an anti-witch hunting law. Still, the witch hunts continue. In village after village, women suspected of witchcraft are being hunted down and attacked. Over 500 cases were reported in the 1990s. And they're still counting. Chasing the stories behind these headlines is author and journalist Suhaila Kapoor. She's here to investigate what the witch hunts of Jharkhand are all about.
I've always been interested in the supernatural. I've written articles on it. I've collected material over the years. I even wrote a book called Witchcraft in Western India some years ago. Besides, members of my family, for instance, my mother, very rational woman, she told me that she saw a ghost in her childhood. All these things have made me very curious. So when I read these reports, I decided to come here and check out. Are they really witches? Do they really have powers?
In the next 2 weeks, Suhaila will seek help from various people to pursue one case that has grabbed the headlines. She'll follow this witch hunt down to its grisly end. On a January afternoon, a teenage boy, Gurudev Mardi, entered a local police station. In his hand was a severed human head, that of his own aunt, Maina Mardi. 3 months later, Suhaila has reached the police station where Anand Mishra was the officer on duty that day. And he still recalls every detail of that afternoon.
20 जनवरी की दोपहर की घटना है. उस दिन ऐसे ही हम लोग को उड़ता हुआ खबर मिला कि किसी का मर्डर हो गया, कोई अपना भतीजा ही चाची को काट दिया. इसी पर हम लोग गए वहाँ पर, तो वहाँ खेत पर सिर्फ धड़ पड़ा हुआ था. गाँव वालों के द्वारा बताया गया कि ये मैना मार्डी है, इसका भतीजा गुरुदेव मार्डी, इसका सिर काट दिया है. मैना मार्डी अपना मवेशी चरा रही थी.
It was a day like any other. Maina was grazing her cattle in the fields, but she was not alone.
लगभग 1 बजे दोपहर में गुरुदेव मार्डी, जो कि मैना मार्डी का भतीजा था, पहुंचा वहां चाची के पास. पहले फाइट मुक्का से उसको बड़ी मारा, और जब गिरकर बेहोश हो गई तो उसका गर्दन ब्लेड से चारों तरफ से काटा, और उसके बाद सिर को मोड़ दिया. सिर को मोड़ दिया तो सिर हाथ में आ गया. सिर हाथ में लेके उसके बाद वो सिर लेके थाना आ गया.
मर्डर करते ही इधर आ गया.
हाँ, हाथ में ऐसे जैसे कि फूल गोभी हम लोग लेके आते हैं वैसे लेके आ गया.
तो सारे लोग
बाल पकड़ के ले. हाँ, सारे लोग देख रहे थे.
जैसा कि अभी आपने सुना, ये बहुत ही जघन्य हत्या है.
The brutal witch hunt hit the local news.
प्रेस वाले भी आते थे, रिक्वेस्ट करते थे उससे, तो वो सिर लेके अपना फोटो भी खिंचवाता था,
चल रहा है कि डाइन का के
टीवी वालों को इंटरव्यू भी देता था और बड़ा फक्र के साथ कहता था कि हाँ मैंने जो किया ठीक किया, हमको कोई भी पछतावा नहीं।
पहले मेरा बड़ा भाई, सबसे बड़ा भाई, उसके बाद मेरा मतलब पिताजी, 3 साल के अंदर सब ऐसा हो रहा है। और अभी भी एक मेरे से बड़ा है ना, वो हॉस्पिटल में पड़ा हुआ है।
ये तुम इसको मार दिया है, तब तो कोई उम्र अच्छी हो जाना चाहिए,
अभी अच्छा हो जाएगा।
In other parts of the world, Guru would be a psychotic. Here, he's part of a disturbing trend. There have been 7 such cases in this part of Jharkhand in as many years.
वो लोग को खोजना नहीं पड़ता है, ये लोग अपना मतलब कि मारने के बाद हथियार और सिर वगैरह लेके आ जाते हैं थाना।
Guru's statement to the police provides Sohela a clue into the killer's mind.
मेरी चाची मैना माडी डायन थी और मेरे बाप और भाई को खा गई है, इसलिए मैंने इसका गर्दन काट दिया है और सिर लेकर थाना जा रहा हूँ।
But he doesn't tell her why a teenager believed his aunt was a witch.
It doesn't seem such an open and shut case to me. It's not normal that a person would just, just go and cut up someone with whom he's had a great relationship. Apparently, she was like another mother to him. He didn't have a mother. When there isn't any enmity, at least on the face of it, there has to be something. A man suddenly get up one day and decide he's going to kill someone so close to him. Someone who feeds him, someone who looks after him. Why?
Perhaps the answer lies in the belief of black magic that pervades many parts of India. Hindus generally believe that the world is balanced by opposites. So if prayers can heal from a distance, spells can also harm from afar. Even in the big cities, people fear the evil eye and counter it in various ways. Lemons and chilies are used to block ill omens, and demon masks are tacked onto homes and construction sites. Millions in India do what they can to protect themselves. Very few commit murder. Ghatsila prisoned in Jharkhand. Sohela is going to try meeting Guru.
एक केस नंबर हो गया 11, केस नंबर 40 हो गया 4।
हाँ। Today is Guru's day at the court and we have the permission to talk to him. So I'm waiting for him. He should be out any minute.
What drove Guru to commit such a brutal murder? Was his aunt really a witch? Sohela is about to find out. Jharkhand has a new law. It's called the Anti-Witch Hunting Act. It fines or arrests people for even calling someone a witch. Since 2000, over 400 people have been arrested for instigating witch hunts. It remains to be seen if Guru will be charged under it. Sohela enters to meet a cold-blooded killer. She encounters a lonely teenager.
मेरा 3 भाई था, 2 भाई मर गया है, अभी एक ही हुए हैं। वो लोग अभी कहाँ है? मैं तो इधर जेल में, कैसे पता चलता है?
There is little left of Guru's family. His father and 2 brothers died one after another in the last 3 years.
अच्छा बताइए आपके भाइयों को क्या हुआ था?
ऐसे हो रहा था अचानक वो 24 घंटे के अंदर मर गया एक भाई। और मेरे दूसरा भाई वो तालाब में नहाने गया था, नहा धो के आया, फिर बेड में सो गया, उसमें मर गया है।
2 days before he killed his aunt, Guru's last surviving brother was rushed to the hospital.
अच्छा, अस्पताल में डॉक्टरों ने क्या कहा था?
मैं तो थोड़ा लिखा पढ़े हूँ कि इतना तो नहीं जान सकता हूँ। तो हॉस्पिटल में मेरे को तो सामने भी जाने नहीं दिया।
2 days later, Maina was dead, and Guru had carried her head to the police. But what happened to his family still haunts Guru.
ऐसी बीमार आप लोग कहीं दिखा होगा, आप लोग तो गांव-गांव, नगर-नगर जाते हैं। मैं अगर अभी बैठा हूँ, अगर मैं यहाँ पे बैठे कि मर जाऊँगा तो अब कोई बता सकता है कि इसका क्या बीमारी है क्या नहीं। लेकिन मरना तो हर आदमी का ही होता है, जीना भी होता है। लेकिन जो चला गया इससे सोचने का कोई ये नहीं। लेकिन एक बार आप याद आता है कि भाई अलग था इससे श्रीलंका हम लोग को छोड़ के चला गया, ये तो आएगा।
As difficult as it is to believe, could Guru really be a victim of witchcraft? Does black magic really exist? Can a man or a woman truly possess such special powers? India is one of the birthplaces of magic, with a rich, mysterious tradition called Tantra. Kamakya Temple is one of the most powerful tantric shrines in India. It draws thousands to its fold. For Tantra claims that any human can acquire magical powers by channeling their sexual energy. It worships a fearless, ferocious deity called Kali. Kali protects and destroys, and she gives her followers phenomenal powers through the practice of Tantra. It is said they can heal the ailing.
मरीज की दवा करते करते आदमी थक जाता है और नहीं ठीक होता है, किंतु तंत्र के कुछ ही पल का प्रयोग करने पर वो तत्काल ठीक हो जाता है।
They can also apparently kill the living.
महाशक्ति मिलता है तंत्र में। आदमी को वश करना, आदमी को किसी में फंसाना, किसी में मारना, ये तंत्र में होता है सब।
तंत्र की शक्तियाँ केवल अनुभव मात्र हैं। जैसे तार में करंट है, इसको देख पाना कठिन है, किंतु उसको स्पर्श के बाद उसका अनुभव किया जा सकता है।
The best in Tantra hone their magical powers to seek enlightenment. The worst wander the dark side into the world of black magic and witchcraft. Far from the true centers of Tantra is a black magic practitioner of another kind. Baba Ramashankar is a local wizard. He practices a very crude form of magic. This is Witchcraft 101.
अगर कोई गाली भी देता है, कोई हाथ भी चला दिया, तो हम तो माफ 1, 2 बार 4 बार तक कर देते हैं, और नहीं माना तब हम अपना यही डायन विद्या का प्रयोग कर देते हैं।
The Baba has 3 disciples, women from his village who are learning witchcraft in secrecy. Witchcraft is practiced in many ways and for all kinds of reasons. Baba's homegrown version uses drugs and alcohol. His goal is to empower his disciples. All his 3 students are desperately poor. And for one of them, this has been a last resort.
गरीबी जो होती है बड़ी मजबूर कर देती है। तो हम इतने गरीब हैं ना कि हमारे कोई है भी नहीं, हम अकेले हैं। तो बहुत अगल बगल वाले सताते रहे हैं, तो इसलिए हम सीखना शुरू कर दिए कि जिसमें हमारे कोई अगल बगल वाले सताएं ना, हमको भगाएं ना, कि जो चाहे तो कर न सकें।
The women look at witchcraft as self-defense. And today, Baba will teach them the ultimate form of protection: death spells. But they require a few unusual ingredients. Baba begins with a simple spell to paralyze a chicken. If left this way, the chicken could die. This time it's lucky. A few drops of alcohol and it's up and running.
जिसके ऊपर भी जीव अगर है उसके ऊपर ये विद्या यूज करेंगे तो यही हालत कर देगा वो मंत्र.
Even a pigeon can become a messenger of death.
जैसे रुदन की तरफ से लगा रहे हैं.
It will carry troubles to the enemy's home. Then a scoop of excreta from the enemy. A scorpion goes in, and the death spell is ready to do its trick. Witchcraft is notorious for its spells. There are spells to love, hate, confuse. These are dummy spells. Apparently they'll work only if Baba mouths the ancient chants. But Baba is careful about abusing his powers.
इंसान लालच में इसको विद्या को चला दे तो दुरुपयोग समझा जाता है. विद्या कट भी सकती है या न कटी तो आप पे भी जो सीखा है उसमें भी खतरा कर सकती है या तो उसके परिवार पर खतरा कर सकती है. अगर अहंकारी दिल में है, क्षमता नहीं है, इस विद्या को नहीं सीखना चाहिए.
Skeptics would call this a lot of mumbo jumbo. So Baba will perform one final spell to prove his claims. He will shrivel and kill a tree within 7 days.
जैसे हरा भरा है तो 1 हफ्ते में बिल्कुल लक्कड़ हो जाएगा सूख के. 1 हफ्ते के इसके डेट दे रहे हैं कि 1 हफ्ते में उसको सूख जाना है. जैसे दे रहे हैं वैसे.
This time the spell is for real. Unknown to Baba, the crew will return to the spot in 7 days. But will the death spell kill the tree? And is it possible to kill humans this way? If so, did a single woman kill an entire family with a death spell? The mercury is rising in Jharkhand. It's 45 degrees centigrade in the shade, and it's getting hotter. Sohaila is headed to Guru's village. She's eager to investigate what Mina's witch hunt was all about.
In Jharkhand, a woman suspected of being a witch is branded as a witch by the villagers. And then she's either ostracized or she's killed. I'm just going there to check out whether Guru was alone in identifying his aunt as a witch or whether the villagers participated in a kind of a collective witch hunt.
It's a difficult task. The fear of the anti-witch hunting law has people scared. In the wake of a brutal murder, everybody will be on full alert. The village seems deserted.
Seems like nobody is here. Very few people around.
The heat has driven people inside. The presence of a TV camera brings them out. But they don't seem eager to meet Sohaila. And they're even less willing to talk.
मैनों के परिवार को जानती थी? हैं?
It looks like only one man can help her out. The village headman.
They've just invited us to come and sit with them.
Let's hope they're not hostile, that they're friendly. Seems to be an auspicious start, but I don't know how it'll develop.
At first, the talk centers around the events of that day.
He said that he was in the fields and he saw Gurudas running with the decapitated head in his hand. I asked him, was he shouting, screaming, praying, crying? He said nothing. He was silent, but he was just running with the head.
Slowly, the villagers open up about Guru and Mina's relationship.
कभी हम लोग को महसूस नहीं हुआ कि उन लोग का साथ कोई दुश्मनी है. मेल मिलाप ही देखे हैं हमेशा.
The hurt and anger begins to show.
अगर हम लोग गांव वाला था तो उसी दिन उस लड़का को भी हम लोग इसी तरह से हम रोका था, मिठाई उठाई भी करता था.
The feeling I get is that this has come as something of a shock. They didn't expect this. And they're all reeling under that. That's the impression I get.
By now, reserve has given way to friendliness. A brief stop for some local liquor further breaks the ice. 1 hour later, a portrait of Mina is taking shape.
Oh ya, pem giale nyale jo male.
Everybody has said that Maino had a very good nature. They saw her grow up. They never heard her use a bad word, or she didn't have a sharp tongue. She didn't seem to have a sharp nature either. She was friendly, helpful, maybe a bit reserved. That's the impression I get. But certainly not a witch.
In a corner of the village, a home stands empty.
This is Guru's house. Apparently nobody is over here. They all ran away after the incident. The house is totally empty. Pots have been sort of overturned. Obviously, the house was very much in use. People were cooking here just before it happened and they ran off. And this is interesting. We have some medicine here. Fesolic L. I assume they're iron. It's folic acid. Somebody was malnourished.
And then Sohaila stumbles on a different kind of cure.
Basic roots which are used as medicines here in the village. They all contain roots, magical roots.
Here were people who tried magic and medicine and failed. For Sohaila, the abandoned home only deepens the mystery. Did Guru's family flee because they had a hand in the witch hunt? For if Mina was really a woman so loved, why did her own family brand her a witch? Who is a witch anyway? The belief in witchcraft has thrived since ancient times. Witches were often healers and oracles, and were considered both wise and powerful. But as societies evolved, respect for witchcraft gave way to fear. People believed that witches could fly, that they worshipped the devil. Witches became all evil, and witch hunts erupted in troubled societies. In America, dozens of suspected witches were imprisoned during the Salem witch trials. In Europe, some 40,000 men, women and children were executed from the 14th to the 18th century. But the witch hunts had little to do with witchcraft. Instead, they became a way of settling other scores in troubled times. Could the witch hunts of Jharkhand then be about something darker than black magic? Sohaila has begun noticing a chilling pattern to all the witch hunts. In story after story, the witches are old widows or single women. In nearly every case, they have few to defend them.
You see, illness is something that triggers off this witch hunt, but there are other ulterior motives involved in all these cases that I've investigated. For instance, in one of the cases that I checked up on, a woman was involved in a land dispute. In yet another case, she was rejecting the advances of the village headman. So in all these cases, it seems to me that someone or the other benefited from their deaths. So I'm beginning to wonder what it's all about. What is the real motive behind these witch hunts?
Perhaps the witch hunts of Jharkhand may not be about witchcraft after all. Sohaila is planning to dig deeper, and this time she'll meet the witches themselves. Sohaila will have to find out what's causing the witch hunts in Jharkhand. And this time, she'll head to the witches themselves to meet one woman who may help her to solve this mystery. Her name is Chutni Mehto, and she's a crusader for the so-called witches of Jharkhand.
अगर कोई किसी का ऐसा डाइन का है, अगर उसको मार के भी जान से काट भी दे दिया, जब हम सुने तो हम वहाँ जाएंगे, उसका तो हमारा ताकत आ गई.
But Chutni never used to be this way. 9 years ago, Chutni was just another woman going about her life. Until her niece fell ill. A few days later, Chutni was dragged by the hair to the village square.
इतना आदमी का सामने उसका पिताजी आकर के पकड़ करके महिला में पिला गया, और उसने हमारा इतना हमको बेइज्जती किया ना, हमारा मुंह देखने के लायक नहीं. और ताली मारने वाला डाइन का यही होता है, डाइन मारना. और हम सोच रहे हैं कि हम परमात्मा कर रहे हैं. अगर चाचा को जब पैदा किए तो उसका क्या होगा? उसी रात से एक आदमी आकर के बोल दिया, ये भी अब भाग जाओ, ना तो लोग मार के नाला में फेंक देने का विचार किया. हम रात 12 बजे वहाँ से निकल गए, 2 लड़का लड़की और हम.
Nine years later, Sohaila sees the new life Chutni's built for herself.
अच्छा, यहाँ रेस्ट करते हैं. आप यहाँ सोती हैं? Chutni is a firebrand. I think she suffered so much that instead of just sitting back and crying, she just decided to fight back. And I think what is great is that she's decided to help all the other women who go through similar, problems.
And some of them have gathered at Chutni's home today for an impromptu lunch. These are the dreaded witches of Jharkhand. They've come to tell Sohaila their tales of horror.
The brutality of it has really shocked me, because they are forced to eat excreta, to maybe even drink urine. They're abused, their heads are chopped off. A cruelty, the barbarous acts are shocking me, absolutely.
For the women, their lives have changed by a single word.
कोई बदले की भावना है दिल में?
क्या बदला ले, अकेले तो हैं.
आप अकेले हैं? पुलिस मदद नहीं कर रही?
हमारा कौन मदद कर रही?
এখন এই ছানার যখন বুঝছে কেমন কাঁদছে, এখন দেখো তো আমার পাশে আছে. বহুত ব্যথা নিয়ে আছে জীবনটা, আমার ব্যথার জীবন নাই. এই ছানাদের মহলত দেখে আমি ঘুরাই আনলি জীবনটা.
They were very emotional stories. All of them have been through harrowing experiences like Chutni. What is interesting is that they recognize that strength within them. So of course they sought each other out. This bonding was needed. They managed to fight back.
For the first time in Jharkhand, the survivors are using the law to arm themselves. And meeting them has given Sohaila a new insight.
The most telling thing here for me was the economic reason that they'd given. In most cases, somebody in the village or in the family wanted to grab their property and money.
Was Miner's witch hunt also about property? Or was this a rare case of real witchcraft? What kind of powers can a witch acquire? And how do they do so? Preparations are on for a big event. The shopping list is long. Baba and the witches will conduct a very special ritual tonight. In just a few hours, they'll head to the local graveyard where they'll invoke a deity of witchcraft called Dayan. A Dayan is a bloodthirsty spirit supposed to haunt cremation grounds. Like the goddess Kali, she is pure female energy that can be used to heal or destroy. This is the true power of a witch, and many believe that witches gain this power on moonless or full moon nights. It's 10 past midnight. The graveyard ritual has begun. Baba and his disciples invoke the Dayan. If pleased, she will appear before the night is out.
पूर्ण ताकत के सहित ये शक्ति तैयार होगी और उतनी ही शक्ति अंदर जागृति हो जाएगी.
The Dayan will possess their bodies. Plugging into her ferocious energy will revitalize them. Baba has designed this ritual to help the witches gain special powers. With every offering, the intensity increases. They are beginning to feel her presence. Any minute now, she will possess their bodies.
जब वो पूर्ण रूप से आ जाएगी शरीर पर, तो ये लोगों को होश हवास नहीं रहेगा. एकदम भेलखावन रूप हो जाएगा, डरावन जैसे.
It happens in a second. The Dayan bursts forth, driving them into a trance. Baba becomes the deity herself, demanding the ultimate sacrifice, blood. This is the dark side of witchcraft.
ये अपनी जो शक्तियाँ है, जिस शक्ति से उसको प्रकट किए हैं, उसको बढ़ाने के लिए कठोर से कठोर अगर हो सके तो बलि दें तो अच्छी बात है. तो मनुष्य उसका तो भाई काट ओट को तो नहीं पूजा दिया जाता है अधिकांश. और अधिकांश तो लोग जिस चीज़ से खतरा है उसको वर्जित करके मना लेते हैं कि माँ इस चीज़ को नहीं देंगे, इसके बदले पर और कुछ मांग लो. तो जैसे बकरा हुआ, सुअर हुआ, मुर्गा हुआ, ये सब चीज़ को देना पड़ता है.
But the ritual goes beyond the bloodshed to an ancient primal act.
शख्स का ऐसा है कि देव रूप देखा जाता है इसको. काम और रति, अब जब दोनों इकट्ठा होते हैं तभी शिव शक्ति कहलाता है. तो वो भी एक महत्वपूर्ण शक्ति ही है और ये जरूरी भी है. अगर न किया जाए तो पूरी प्रगति नहीं मिलेगी.
The ceremony has ended, but Baba and the witches are feeling empowered.
तो थोड़ी थोड़ी ज्ञान जैसे बढ़ती है वैसे ही शक्ति आती है. एकाएक ना ज्ञान बढ़ जाता है, न एकाएक शक्ति कहीं से आके मिल जाती है.
In the years to come, they will try acquiring greater powers. But power always comes with responsibilities and with the consequences. Even witchcraft believes that actions return full circle to haunt their doers. And a wise witch never forgets this important lesson.
आपसे बात कर सकते हैं?
Suhaila has finally tracked down Mina's husband.
सिर्फ 1 मिनट.
But he will not talk to her.
He won't face us. Doesn't want to be filmed. I think he's miserable. It's natural.
For Mina's husband, the memories are simply too painful to share.
I think anybody would do the same thing. Wouldn't like to talk about it.
But as Suhaila prepares to leave, there are others who open up.
बस हम फिल्म बना
Colleagues and friends who knew Maina well. They blame one person for her witch hunt. Surprisingly, it's not Guru, it's the local witch doctor.
They think that Guru's family went to the local witch doctor. A witch doctor is someone who identifies an illness or tells people that there is a witch in the family or the village, somebody who's casting a spell. And the suspicion fell on Maina.
Maina's friends have just given Sohaila her biggest lead into the mystery. She has found the people who play the central role in every witch hunt. The witch doctors of Jharkhand. They are famous for their legendary powers of healing. In a region low on modern medicine, the witch doctors are physicians and psychiatrists rolled into one.
टिड्डी, मिर्गी, धात, परदल, तमाम बीमारी मेरे हाथ से ठीक हो चुका है। जो अंतर्जामी नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है, वो चीज को हम लोग देख के काम कर सकते हैं।
But the medicine men go beyond the doctors. They enter the realm of mind and magic. They are the only people in all of Jharkhand with the power to identify a witch. And that's the reason why Sohaila is here. She's eager to watch a witch doctor at work. And soon, she'll witness how they brand a witch.
There's a white car outside. There's some people sitting inside it. When they saw a camera, they moved away. But there's one chap outside and he looks like he wants to talk to us. I'm suspicious. I think it's a new case. I'm just going to check it out.
एक बड़े जमींदार हैं, उसके घर में एक को दुख हुआ है। उसकी बहू को जो अपसन टाइप की गिरती है और बेहोश हो जाती है। तो वो लोग दवा दारू सहित कराया बहुत इधर उधर। तो वो लोग का कहना है कि डाइन बिगाड़ा है, गांव के लोग बिगाड़े हैं। और जो भी हम लोग पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं इस पर विश्वास नहीं कर रहे हैं, उसका विरोध कर रहे हैं, हम लोग पर दबाव दिया है।
वो लोग क्या करने वाले हैं? किसी को डायन करा देंगे क्या?
एक भक्तिन है जिसके यहाँ हम लोग डायन कौन है उसको हम लोग प्रूव करने के लिए आए हैं।
Sohaila joins the young man Krishna. They rush to the witch doctor, who will identify the witch. 5 women have been suspected. One of them is Krishna's own mother.
जो मेरी ही माँ है, वो अभी मरने की स्थिति में है। तो अब मैं क्या करूँ समय?
He's totally helpless. His lady only grabbed his man. They're forcing him to agree to them. If she identifies his mother, they'll all be thrown out of the village. Just gone in to see who she identifies as witches.
Inside, the witch doctor has begun the trial. The accused women are not present to defend themselves. She can seal their fate by a single word. But when it's time to identify the witch, she asks Sohaila to leave.
दीदी जी सुनिए, दिमाग इधर उधर मेरा होता है ना, तो हम बोल रहे हैं कि आप लोग जाइए, आप जो हमको करना है हम करेंगे।
हाँ, ध्यान नहीं रहेगा।
The villagers quickly join the plea, declaring someone a witch in front of a TV camera might get her arrested. She will not proceed. The pressure mounts on Sohaila. She's forced to give in. Inside, the witch trial resumes. Sohaila waits. She can do little to help Krishna.
He was in a pathetic condition. He looked like he was ready to cry. And if they pronounce her a witch, I don't know what's going to happen.
Finally, the villagers start emerging, but they will not talk.
कुछ नहीं बोले, क्या बोले?
कुछ नहीं, हम लोग साथ में आए।
कुछ ही बोली होगी ना?
क्या बोलते हैं? प्रेस है, इसीलिए अभी तक यहीं पर हैं।
When Krishna comes out, he is smiling.
आप लोग जो आगे ना, वो घबरा गई, इस तरह को डर गई और वो मतलब अभी हम लोग को डायन कहने से तो इनकार कर दी, पर ऐसे ही छोटा बड़ा भूत को ढूंढ दी, जिससे हम लोग उसको पूजा पाठ कर तब निकाल देने का निर्णय किए।
The man instigating the witch hunt must return empty-handed today.
ठीक है, थैंक यू, है ना।
Krishna and his mother seem safe for now. But it's hard to tell how long his relief will last. Krishna's case proves a crucial clue to Suhaila's investigation. It looks like witches are branded almost every day in Jharkhand. And they're not just women learning witchcraft. A witch here could be a woman who supposedly harbors the evil eye.
ये आँख और ये मुंह दोनों में मालिक ज्यादा शक्ति करके दिया है मनुष्य को। तो रोज दिन जलन कीजिएगा तो वो जलन एक दिन लग जाता है, जलन शराब हो जाता है, शराब बन के उसको विनाश कर देता है।
And for Suhaila, that raises a question about Mena's death. Is it possible that Mena had the so-called evil eye? It's Suhaila's final stop, the home of Guru's last surviving brother, Narayan. But the family is acting hostile and shifty.
Just waiting in Narayan's house, hoping that he would come out.
Finally, Narayan comes out. He seems uneasy but willing to talk. And what he has to say sheds a whole new light on Mena.
4-5 आदमियों ने हालांकि मर गए ना, पहचान को कराया जाएगा तो ऐसा बात बोलेगा, नहीं बचेगा। कोटक ले जाने से भी नहीं बचेगा, बंगाल ले जाने से भी नहीं बचेगा, ऐसा बात बोलता है। कैसे करके मालूम हो गया उसका? डॉक्टर है ना, क्या है वो?
ona jis ma huyuk kan ge bako besoa nui do bai besoa mente rinka matel biswas kita ale nui nongkan ge mente goni ge mente.
It is clear Narayan and his wife believed Mena had special powers. But did they set Guru up to kill Maina? As Narayan describes it, the events of that fateful morning take a different turn. It looks like Guru and Mena actually met that morning.
Unin akin ki rapon na dairy go peri jokon mena bai besoa je bai besoa ni jate na perane bai besoa un jokon ragi kate go ni de go.
What looks like a premeditated witch hunt could be a crime of passion. As for Narayan, he's sure Guru saved his life.
Bes ma lagi bes na ten khan nui ona jinis mena to ni goj kidi khan gi bes na be khub mata ma tahe kan gata hai ro kana lage ki chabar no jinis huin khan chaba.
Who was Mena? Did she predict the deaths of her relatives? If so, why? Suhaila will never find out. But she is about to solve another mystery. To find out the illness that destroyed a family and caused Mena's witch hunt. In Jharkhand, Suhaila has finally found the reasons for Mena's witch hunt.
They genuinely believe she was a witch. There are a lot of women in Jharkhand who are so accused because people believe that they genuinely mean to harm them, they genuinely mean to put a curse on them. But whether black powers do exist, I still haven't come to any conclusion. I didn't see anything that convinced me about black powers here, or the contrary for that matter.
But all that is about to change. Guru's brother Narayan is getting a regular checkup, and Suhaila has followed him in.
Normally the problems, the diseases and
She wants to find out about the mystery illness that killed Guru's family. The doctor's diagnosis is simple and shocking.
This Narayan came with all these symptoms of spitting up blood, cough, fever, rundown condition, anemia, and this breathing difficulties, all these things. And by investigation we found that both the lungs are infected and there is extensive tuberculosis.
The black magic that destroyed Guru's family is tuberculosis, a common treatable disease.
When we interrogate this Narayan, we found that his father was also tuberculosis, and it was 5-6 years before, because tuberculosis is highly infectious.
Yeah.
By the time he died, he spreaded the disease to all the sons.
A disease that resulted in a witch hunt should never have killed a family in the first place. To Suhaila, that is the real tragedy.
It's really sad that in this day and age people have to die of illnesses like tuberculosis, and it's even sadder when people mistake it to be witchcraft. And in the absence of proper medical facilities, the belief in all this gets even stronger.
Inspector Mishra prepares Guru's charge sheet, but even he shakes his head at the tragedy.
मैना माडी मर गई लेकिन टीबी तो नहीं खत्म हुआ, उसके शरीर में टीबी रोग तो है ही। तो ये लोगों को बताया जाएगा कि हाँ किसी के मरने से या किसी को मार देने से कोई रोग नहीं समाप्त है। हम लोग तो क्राइम कंट्रोल के लिए यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं, हम लोग तो शिक्षा का प्रचार नहीं ना कर सकते। तो समाज का दायित्व है कि वो देखे कि हाँ ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है।
The ancient rhythms of Jharkhand are yielding to paved roads and four-wheel drives. But the new world has brought with it a grinding poverty and a daily struggle for survival. It's an insecure, unsettling time for Jharkhand, a time of fear and change. A perfect time, perhaps, to blame the witch. For the belief in black magic is often stronger than magic itself. And it's this power that ultimately protects and destroys us. In the end, it's the power of belief that creates our gods and our monsters. Seven days later, the crew returned to the tree. They found it alive and well. A series of witch hunts that have rocked this region and created headlines in this part of India. Newspapers have reported a rash of cases. Journalists have called this region the witch-killing hub of India. Even the state government has stepped in with an anti-witch hunting law. Still, the witch hunts continue. In village after village, women suspected of witchcraft are being hunted down and attacked. Over 500 cases were reported in the 1990s, and they're still counting. Chasing the stories behind these headlines is author and journalist Suhaila Kapoor. She's here to investigate what the witch hunts of Jharkhand are all about.
I've always been interested in the supernatural. I've written articles on it. I've collected material over the years. I even wrote a book called Witchcraft in Western India some years ago. Besides, members of my family, for instance, my mother, very rational woman, she told me that she saw a ghost in her childhood. All these things have made me very curious. So when I read these reports, I decided to come here and check out, are they really witches? Do they really have powers?
In the next 2 weeks, Suhaila will seek help from various people to pursue one case that has grabbed the headlines. She'll follow this witch hunt down to its grisly end.
Who feeds him, someone who looks after him, why?
Perhaps the answer lies in the belief of black magic that pervades many parts of India. Hindus generally believe that the world is balanced by opposites. So if prayers can heal from a distance, spells can also harm from afar. Even in the big cities, people fear the evil eye and counter it in various ways. Lemons and chilies are used to block ill omens, and demon masks are tacked onto homes and construction sites. Millions in India do what they can to protect themselves. Very few commit murder. Ghatsila prisoned in Jharkhand. Suhaila is going to try meeting Guru.
एक केस नंबर हो गया 11 केस नंबर 40 हो गया 4
हाँ Today is Guru's day at the court and we have the permission to talk to him. So I'm waiting for him. He should be out any minute.
What drove Guru to commit such a brutal murder? Was his aunt really a witch? Suhaila is about to...
जैसा कि अभी आपने सुना, ये बहुत ही जघन्य हत्या है.
The brutal witch hunt hit the local news.
प्रेस वाले भी आते थे, रिक्वेस्ट करते थे उससे, तो वो सिर लेके अपना फोटो भी खिंचवाता था.
चल रहा है कि डाइन का के
टीवी वालों को इंटरव्यू भी देता था और बड़ा फक्र के साथ कहता था कि हाँ मैंने जो किया ठीक किया, हमको कोई भी पछतावा नहीं.
पहले मेरा बड़ा भाई, सबसे बड़ा भाई, उसके बाद मेरा मतलब पिताजी 3 साल के अंदर सब ऐसा हो रहा है. अभी भी एक मेरे से बड़ा है ना, वो हॉस्पिटल में पड़ा हुआ है.
ये तुम इसको मार दिया है, तब तो कोई उम्र अच्छी हो जाना चाहिए.
अभी अच्छा हो जाएगा.
In other parts of the world, Guru would be a psychotic. Here, he's part of a disturbing trend. There have been 7 such cases in this part of Jharkhand in as many years.
वो लोग को खोजना नहीं पड़ता है. ये लोग अपना मतलब कि मारने के बाद हथियार और सिर वगैरह लेके आ जाते हैं थाना.
Guru's statement to the police provides Suhaila a clue into the killer's mind.
मेरी चाची मैना माडी डायन थी और मेरे बाप और भाई को खा गई है, इसलिए मैंने इसका गर्दन काट दिया है और सिर लेकर थाना जा रहा हूँ.
But it doesn't tell her why a teenager believed his aunt was a witch.
It doesn't seem such an open and shut case to me. It's not normal that a person would just go and cut up someone with whom he's had a great relationship. Apparently, she was like another mother to him. He didn't have a mother. When there isn't any enmity, at least on the face of it, there has to be something. Man suddenly get up one day and decide he's going to kill someone so close to him. Someone.
A darkness has descended on the tribal belts of India. Desperate villagers are heading out on witch hunts. Women suspected of witchcraft are being beaten and murdered. Heads are turning up at police stations.
उसका गर्दन ब्लेड से चारों तरफ से काटा, सिर को मोड़ दिया तो सिर हाथ में आ गया।
Nobody knows when this madness will end or why it ever began. Now a lone woman confronts this terror.
Just gone in to see who she identifies as witches.
She'll pursue the trail of a brutal witch hunt and descend into the world of witchcraft to meet sorcerers casting spells and hexes, and to explore the magic in the name of the witch. It's another day in Jharkhand. This land of ancient hills and forests is part of the tribal belt of India. It's also the setting for a deep, dark mystery. On a January afternoon, a teenage boy, Gurudev Mardi, entered a local police station. In his hand was a severed human head, that of his own aunt, Maina Mardi. 3 months later, Sohela has reached the police station where Anand Mishra was the officer on duty that day. And he still recalls every detail of that afternoon.
20 जनवरी की दोपहर की घटना है। उस दिन ऐसे ही हम लोग को उड़ता हुआ खबर मिला कि किसी का मर्डर हो गया, कोई अपना भतीजा ही चाची को काट दिया। इसी पर हम लोग गए वहाँ पर, तो वहाँ खेत पर सिर्फ धड़ पड़ा हुआ था। गाँव वाला लोग के द्वारा बताया गया कि ये मैना मार्डी है, इसका भतीजा गुरुदेव मार्डी, इसका सिर काट दिया है। मैना मार्डी अपना मवेशी चरा रही थी।
It was a day like any other. Maina was grazing her cattle in the fields, but she was not alone.
लगभग 1 बजे दोपहर में गुरुदेव मार्डी, जो कि मैना मार्डी का भतीजा था, पहुंचा वहाँ चाची के पास। पहले फाइट मुक्का से उसको बड़ी मारा, और जब गिरकर बेहोश हो गई तो उसका गर्दन ब्लेड से चारों तरफ से काटा और उसके बाद सिर को मोड़ दिया। सिर को मोड़ दिया तो सिर हाथ में आ गया। सिर हाथ में लेके उसके बाद वो सिर लेके थाना आ गया।
मर्डर करते ही इधर आ गया।
हाँ, हाथ में ऐसे जैसे कि फूल गोभी हम लोग लेके आते हैं वैसे लेके आ गया।
तो सारे लोग
बाल पकड़ के ले